life suddenly you have burqa women in the parliament, in the Constitution Writing Committee, and they say we are Muslim women, we all want Sharia law, we all want to be third and fourth wife of the same man. And this was really like, wow, everybody was out against it, and so many people really campaigned, including myself. And this is the kind of, when I earlier said imperialism and their agenda in our region, this is where I come back from. You know, this is where I have experience with, and I have really, seen their politics and agendas on the ground, and how they can value and unvalue and really make.
So as women's rights activists for ourselves to.
It's up to us. You know what I mean? Okay. It's up to me, in my own context, how I want to be politically active, part of any procedures, being going to parliament or not going to parliament. We do not need quotas coming from heaven somewhere.
So for ourselves to take ourselves
exactly.
more serious.
And also, sorry, just one final point I want to make. Women are as capable as men, and in some contexts they are even more capable, because they are keeping the people, the communities together in times of wars, in times of peace, and they are, we have seen very powerful political women who have been there, so,
Thank you. Najiba?
I agree with you totally. When in 2001 the Taliban was overthrown, I saw this big poster of Afghan women wearing the veil in one of the newspapers in London. And it was 8th of March, and the title was "Let's Free the Afghan Women." And we were speaking to some of the women in Kabul and Kandahar, and they said, well, we really don't want to lose this, because economically I cannot afford to have more clothes. This is something which actually covers, protects me. And this is the economic question, but also if you go outside Kabul, women will see this as their right to be covered, because introducing this Western so-called freedom was not acceptable. I just want to finish my thoughts with this one line, which is the concern by many women in Afghanistan, not only activists but ordinary women, who fear that their rights, whatever they gain, even if this was a small gain in the last 10 years, that could be sacrificed because of the political agreement. And I hope this will not happen.
Thank you. Dina?
Just very briefly, building on the same ideas, I think we have to be very careful not to deny women their agencies, because they make certain choices. And I honestly, in their contextualizing is very important. They make very logical calculations on why they shouldn't claim their inheritance or go up their brothers for their father's money, because they need the protection from their brothers against their husbands, for example. So they make very, very logical. Sometimes they are forced and everything, but the over-victimization of women just because they make certain choices is just something we need to be very careful. Also, the power of having laws there as negotiating tools is something that I want. So I don't necessarily have to go report my brother because he beat me, but if I know that this is actually something I'm capable of, and he knows it, we both know this is a different power play here. I would go and report you, and you will get hurt. So he would make different calculations before he hits me. Just one final thing about this, the belonging penetrating the masses and changing the discourse and appropriating it. I think it's very interesting, very important, and I personally believe that sometimes we can build alliances with some progressive Islamists as well. But I'm afraid of populism, I'm afraid of discrediting elites, what we label as elites, and I love how people label me as an elite, but and
accept it where it is.
I'm so happy. And at the same time, just because it has to be, it's authentic just because a veiled woman says it, just because a religious man says it, is something that is very, very dangerous. And we have to flag it.
I'm afraid we have to give you the last word.
In the name of equality,
I
will refrain from saying it has been so beautifully said, I will not say it.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. We have 45 minutes before we start our next panel. If you're 5 minutes over, I'm sure we won't mind. So we're trying to be back here for 2 o'clock. There's some food outside, and thank you very much.